How's it going, Top Forest TV? My name is Jack and welcome to my preview for Nottingham Forest versus Manchester City, taking place at the Etihad Stadium. Before I get into the video, I don't know what's going on with the light here. It's kind of making my hair look, well, very white. I don't know what's going on. I always have problems with the lights trying to do these videos. I need to have a look at some sort of settings or whatever. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so Forest travelled to the Etihad now, first of a back-to-back double header, if you will, of games in Manchester, obviously with Man United on Saturday, and this Wednesday night we have the Premier League champions, Manchester City, who are currently sat in 5th place, which is 1 point and 1 place above ourselves, which seems very weird to say. We are now into December the 3rd, and well, that's when I'm recording this video. And we are 1 point behind the Premier League champions, which sounds pretty mental. I mean, yeah, the season was in August, so we've had August, September, October, November, and now we're in December. So we're in the 5th month, 5th calendar month of the season, and we're 1 point behind the champions, which is absolutely fantastic. I would never have expected this, never in my wildest dreams. So yeah, it's unreal, really, and hopefully we can definitely keep things going. So yeah, Manchester City then, we know that they are really struggling at the minute. They haven't won in, what is it, 7 games now, I think it is, with 1 draw in the middle of all the rest of them being losses. Wow. I mean, wow. It's as good as time as any to play the Manchester City. You always look at going to the Etihad and you kind of think, well, I think it's an exercise in trying to keep the score down as low as we can. You know, they're definitely going to beat us. We just got to try and take what we can from the game. And this time it's a different proposition. Obviously, they've not got Rodri, and I think Rodri is a huge miss. But surely they can't be this bad without one player. I think it really shows that Pep should have gone for a defensive midfielder in the transfer window. Another 6, letting Calvin Phillips go on loan to Ipswich and not replacing him. I'm not saying that Calvin Phillips is a kind of player that, you know, in the way that sort of Southgate said we haven't got a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips. I'm not saying he himself is a massive loss, but not having a natural player who can play in that number 6 position behind Rodri is a huge problem, and it's come to show. You know, they're really struggling without him. He picked up that injury, as everybody knows, and they've not got a natural replacement to go in there. They've been playing 2 midfielders, trying to sort of fit in to do one man's job, and potentially going with sort of Rico Lewis partnering with maybe Kovacic or Gundogan or whatever to try and play in that role, and it's just not working. But there's other positions as well that are really struggling. Kyle Walker is having a torrid season. Phil Foden is nowhere near the player that he was last season. Erling Haaland is struggling for goals, which is something you never thought you would have to say. He's still top goal scorer, but he's been hunted down by Mo Salah and Chris Wood. I think Chris Wood's 3 goals behind Haaland, and I think Salah's 1 goal behind him. You know, it's really not going well for Manchester City this season, and they're just struggling. Goalkeeper, that's a problem as well. Edison was it was a fault for every single goal, in my opinion, against Feyenoord a couple of weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, or maybe was it a week? I think it was just a week ago actually. In the Champions League, they were 3-0 up and ended up drawing 3-3. Ortega came in for the Liverpool game and gave away a penalty. So it's not looking great for Manchester City at all. My cousin supports Man City and he is very doom and gloom, very doom and gloom at the minute. And I think now is the best chance to play them. Although saying that, I do have a snagging feeling in my head that's just going to say it's going to click for them and they're going to give us an absolute hammering just to sort of get themselves over what's been going on and get their anger out. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen, but I think it is optimistic, an opportunity to play Man City in this moment. Who knows what could happen? Now, I say Man City are a side struggling, and now's the best time to play them. It's still not going to be easy. It's still not going to be easy. They've still got some outstanding individuals, some players who on their day have the ability and the quality to do absolutely fantastic things with the football, and we're really going to have to be on it. We're not going to turn up to the Etihad and be the dominant side. We're not going to be the side who has most of the ball and dictates the game. We're going to have to dig in. We're going to have to sit in at times. We're going to have to battle to sort of keep them out, because they have the ability to park 7 men on the edge of the box and just transition the ball across, boom, 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 looking for that gap, looking for the space. Um, they have the players to do that. Okay, they don't have the safety blanket of Rodri behind them to be able to commit those players forward, but they're still going to try and do it, and we're still going to have to lock in and be defensively solid. So I think we're going to have to really be on our game to get something from it. But I think we have a chance of doing it. I don't know whether we will or not, but we have a real chance of doing it. I think you look at the Etihad's pitch, and I should really have thought about this when thinking about Arsenal, to be honest. Their pitch is wide, as to is the Emirates, the pitch at the Emirates. So maybe that way we lined up against Liverpool might have to be adapted a little bit, because obviously their stadium, their sort of the fans are right on the touchline basically, and their stadium, their pitch, sorry, is not as wide as the Etihad. The Etihad, they like to have their wingers with chalk on their boots, getting them as wide as they can, have the players spread wide as they can to play the ball, quick zip passes in that wide gap to move around the opposition side. And maybe that sort of form central midfielders in the middle, with sort of Gibbs White and Chris Wood ahead of them, might not necessarily work, but I think a style of that might work. I think we're going to have to go with players to back up that midfield, because Man City's midfield, their players aren't playing as great as they have been of late, but like I say, they still have some fantastic footballers in there. Gundogan struggling a little bit, but when he can get on the ball, he can make things happen. He can be devastating. Covers to move the ball, to drive with the ball is fantastic. Bernardo Silva is such a difficult customer, such a hard player to knock off the ball. Foden, when he's on his form, can just make something out of absolutely nothing. I'm not sure if De Bruyne is fit, but the eye for a pass that man has goes without saying. So it's not going to be easy at all. We know they're struggling, but it's still going to be an absolute battle. And I think we're going to have to ride our luck in moments, be on 100% form. But if we can do that, I think I can see us getting something from it. I would be very, very happy with a point. I'd be very happy with a point. I don't think you can go on playing about that at all. I think it's an opportunity to really state where we are, show the Premier League that the Liverpool result, the Chelsea result weren't a fluke, but we are here to really make our voices heard. But I think we're going to have to really dig in deep. We're going to have to battle together, work as a unit, and that's something that Nuno has drilled into this side, and something that they're very, very happy to do. So that's not going to be a problem. But we can't have another Arsenal performance. We're going to have to put that one behind us and hope that we never experience something like that for the rest of the season, because that was not good at all. But heading into this one, we're going to have to be 100% unified, 100% focused on the same goal, the same plan, and really put it to perfection in this one if you want to try and get something from it. Chris Wood, I'm sure he's going to be absolutely chomping at the bit to face the fragility of the Man City defence. They just look a shadow of their former self. They looked such a less intimidating opposition than what they did, 6, 7, 8 months ago at the back end of last season when they were on that fantastic run. So yeah, we're going to have to really give Chris Wood the service he requires, because I think he can get something from it. He can bully them. He can get himself in and amongst it, and he's got the know-how and the nous to do what he needs to do. And I'm really excited to see what he can produce against his defence. So I'll be really looking forward to that one. Gibbs White up against no Rodri, can get him on the ball and try and get him to find their pockets of space and create things. And I can see us making opportunities. I really can. yeah, I'm optimistic. The more I think about it, the more I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic. I can't wait for the game. I really, really can't wait for the game. It's going to be a really, really good one. I'd love to see Forest get something over Man City because, like I mentioned before, my cousin is a Man City fan, and I'd love to give him some stick to rub it in even more. I went wild after that 1-1 draw at the City ground the first season after promotion, so I'd love to get something from this one. It would be amazing. Uh, Starting 11 then for me, Sells in goal, back four. I think Williams did well against Ipswich from all accounts, but I think you're going to go back with Moreno for me, a bit more defensively solid. So that will be Aina, Milinkovic, Murillo, and Moreno. I think Milinkovic is going to give Haaland an absolutely torrid time. He's not going to be afraid to get stuck into him. He's not going to be backing off him or anything like that. He's going to give him an absolute he's going to be on him at all times. He's going to be, physical. He's going to battle. He's going to, unsettle him. And I can't wait to see that battle. And I really do think Milinkovic could do well in that. Midfield three. Then I think Yates has to play in a game like this. Loves the badge, passion, aggression, determination. He loves it. You've got contenders alongside him. You've got Dominguez, Ward-Prowse. Obviously, Danilo is in training now, but he's not going to be back ready. My mind has just gone blank. Elliot Anderson. That was who I was thinking of. It's gonna be really interesting to sort of see what we go with. But I think we go with a four. I think we go with a four. I think we go with a four of sort of Anderson definitely in there, whether he plays slightly more attacking alongside sort of Morgan Gibbs White, or whether he goes on wider. We'll have to wait and see. I know not Milinkovic, what about Dominguez has played wide as well, so maybe you could have those two sort of as wider midfielders who can get themselves forward if we're able to do that with sort of Yates and actually. Oh, I've just thought. You know what? No. You know what? You know what? No. I'm going to go with Dominguez and Yates in midfield, with Anderson on the left and sort of tucking in to make it a 3 when needed, and then Jota on the wing, Gibbs White in behind with Chris Wood up top. I think Jota running at this defence, he's relentless, that bloke, he never gives up, so him running at this defence, that could be brilliant, that could really, really be brilliant. You saw what Nunes did against, Liverpool, against Man City for Liverpool, hassling, harrying, causing mistakes. So someone like Jota, who's just a pressing machine, never gives up. I think that'll be really good to see. With Gibbs White and Chris Wood in there. Really feel like we could get something from this one, and we could go above them into 5th place in the Premier League. Go above the champions at this stage of the season is wild. It's absolutely wild. Pep, he looks like he's gonna have a meltdown. He looks like some sort of evil genius whose plan has gone wrong and he's just tweaking. It's crazy. But yeah, can't wait for this one. Come on, you Reds, please. Mate, the season's been amazing as it is. If we can go beat Man City or get a point at the Etihad or whatever, that would be incredible. Let us know down below what you think the score might be. I'm going to go with 1-1. I'm going to go with 1-1. But let us know down below what you think might happen. If you did enjoy this video, smash like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you for watching. And come on, you Reds.